Yeah, very, very pleased, but I don't think that beat the how can you say, happiness of Ivan. I think a nice little touch to the story. I would say that Gareth Southgate just showed how great a man he is, that he texted me early in the morning and said, Thomas, you can bring the news to Ivan. I think it's not often that we as managers or head coaches can bring the good news. There's a lot of times it's they are not playing or we need to be hard on them. And so rare, and as I said many times, it's 90% suffering and 10% joy. And that was definitely a very joyful moment to be able to call him and give him the good message. And it's not often Ivan is speechless, but he was laughing and just very happy. So. And I think that's a wonderful story, because he's a very confident guy, believing in himself, and the journey has definitely not been straightforward for him. And I asked him, he actually dreamt about being an England international since he was a kid. And then of course it took a few detours the path to get the first call up. So that is incredible. And for the club, I think it's unbelievable story. So I had the staff in this morning and praised them for. I think we have with everyone counted up something between 15 and 20 call-ups for under 21, under 20, under 21 and full internationals, and the most of them are fully internationals. So that's fantastic. Yeah.
It's a great time to be called up by England. The World Cup's a couple of months away. Is he the best of the rest after Harry Kane when it comes to England strikers, do you
think? I think so. I know, of course, I know Ivan very well. I haven't followed Abraham closely enough in Roma. But I think definitely Ivan has something to offer, and depending on where you see Rashford. But I think his ability in the box and his link-up play is at a very, very high international level.
How far can he go? He's 26. He's been banging the goals for you. What's his ceiling, do you think?
No one knows. I think it's we always either we say there can be a little bit limited, or we should say that nobody knows. I think we need to, when we want to fulfill a potential, we don't know how big that potential is. And I definitely think that Ivan's potential is still very, very much not at his top yet. Sky's the limit, I would say, especially with the abilities he had to step up this season. And not only the tally of the 5 goals, but also the variety in the way he scored goals, I think is big.
And on the World Cup, do you see him in the World Cup now?
I guess that's up to Gareth. Putting a squad together, I would pick him, but I'm not the head coach for the England national team.
I know you've spoken a lot about Ivan already, you touched on it briefly earlier, but just how huge a moment is this for Brentford, looking at the bigger picture? What does it show about the direction that this club is going in?
I think Peter Gillam, he put it quite, Mr. Brentford put it quite well earlier today for me. He said, yesterday when Ivan got the call up, that's 15 years ago, we were bottom of League 2 and we played MK Dons home, lost 3-0 in front of 4,000 fans. 15 years later, we get our first England international in 83 years, and we are playing our second season in the Premier League. So it's a remarkable story, and you can see the joy and the proud eyes you can see, or when I speak to people in the club and around fans, it's very big. So it's a big moment. I think it's a much bigger moment than people understand, especially when you've been here for a long time.
A lot of people also say that Rico Henry deserved a call-up. Do you believe that he's close to getting his?
He should, of course, have 100% been in the squad. No. I think Rico have done well. I think that I think, for example, you guys who are following us closely, I think the game against Crystal Palace, I think Rico was wow. But these wow moments need to be even more consistent. I think in general he's performing at a good level, but he needs to take that 6, 7 out of 10 every game to a 7, 8 out of 10 average throughout the season before I think he maybe put his foot in the door to Gareth and hopefully get a call up. I look at the squad. Of course, he named Chilwell and Shaw, 2 very good players. I know they are not starting every game now for their respective clubs, but there's a World Cup just around the corner, and you need your, I don't know if it is, but let's say Gareth, put myself in Gareth's place. If they are key players and they've been with the squad for a long time, I think that matters something as well.